So it's Monday, 5:30, another typical day at the office. It was right after Thanksgiving. I get a phone call from Lindsay, which is typical around that time. I answer it, and she says, "Brace yourself." And her second comment is, "Our house is on fire. I've got all the kids." Lindsay's kind of describing to me, yeah, I'm in the front yard right now. There's smoke billowing out of the windows. So as you can imagine, I run from the 20th floor, I get in the elevator. I finally get down to my vehicle. I've got basically a 40-mile trip. But when I got there, I was actually pleasantly surprised that I wasn't looking at a pile of ashes. But I didn't know really what lied ahead. My name is Dean Brody. I'm 1/6 of what we call the Brody Six. So my wife Lindsay, and then we have 4 children. So a fireman approached me. He said, "I understand you're the owner of the home. I'd like to survey the house with you." So he took me into the home. Very quickly told me that we found the source of the fire, dryer in the basement. But to see all of your belongings, covered in soot, sunburned, I mean, that's definitely where it hit home. I mean, you think about it as a family and the things you accumulate and the memories, and I was definitely concerned. So now it's Tuesday morning, and Lindsay and I approached the driveway. Signal truck's already there. We walked into the front of the house and actually seeing the house in the light and seeing the inside of the house in light, the floors, the walls, everything covered in soot and smoke, and very quickly we could see that this was a major situation. And Lindsay, in fact, went right into tears. Through testing the smoke in the walls and different things, they essentially said about 80 or 90% of the interior of our home needed to be stripped down to the studs and rebuilt. And I'll never forget, Brian, the project manager first on the scene for Signal, looked Lindsay in the eye, looked myself in the eye and said, "Brody's, I know this is a terrible situation, but Signal is going to put your home back together the same or better than it was before this happened, and that is a guarantee." The word I would use or circle the most relative to Signal would be trust. They single-handedly kind of redesigned and reconstructed each room, from the materials, the colors, the decorating in some cases, and really just started to put our home back together room by room. It kind of felt like that extreme home makeover. You've seen the show on TV, and the 6 of us walking through the home for the first time. It was, it really was a special moment. In terms of Signal, a few words come to mind. One is professional, first interaction to the last. Empathy, for the situation that Lindsay and I were going into. Transparent, keeping us involved in every step of the way. And I really think, being, a company of their word. When Lindsay and I left the home with our kids and checked into that hotel on that first evening, our lives were in shambles. So I feel like Signal throughout the process not only put our home back together, they really kind of restored order back to our lives.